Hello. Yes, I live. I am not dead. It's been a while. It's been a little bit. Yes, I do have blessings. It has been a little bit. And I've been very busy. I tried to stream, but I was like, I'm so tired. Hey, I don't understand. I'm so tired. I don't like to. I don't like to. I want to go to bed. And so I did. I went to bed. Every single day. There was that one time I did try to stream during the day, but like, I did try to stream during the day, but my internet said no, and just wouldn't function, so I was fine. That was fine. That was fine. I hear you missed it. My pet bird got a hat finally, a couple of streams ago. Let me pull it out. Hold on. She got a hat. I am not dead. Yes, I'm quite alive. Let me pull it up. Yes, we both got hats. Me and her both got hats. Here we go. Hold on, I'm pulling it out. There we go. There we go. What up? He was this one. Nick. We have hats. Yeah, we have hats. Look at us. Look at us go. Mine says I need my cellular computer games to function, and Penis says what? Best down. And then we played like cellular games. We did read the cellular shooter. Cellular shooter, and I built a cellular theme park. I did need another hat too, hold on. And I pull the other one up. And I pull the other one. Hey, like the hat is funny. And I pull the other one up, hold on. This one. I know. There we go. Look at us. Look at us. We're so cool. We're so cool. You probably can't make out what Tino's hat says, but hers is like, I am the ultimate being that has walked the earth. Everything on this planet fears me. I am the greatest to ever exist. Stuff like that. And there's one more look that she got. Let me see if I can pull this one up. She got no glasses. She got no glasses. Whenever she blinks, they like twist. And yellow Shelly neck. No, little sunglasses. I made these hats, by the way. I made them. They're so silly. They're so funny. I love them. But yeah, it's just been pretty chill. I went to go see family. I went to go see family and stuff like that over Labor Day. I went to a different city. That's why I haven't been able to stream. Same state, different city. It was like an 8-hour drive. So I had to like chill in the back for 8 hours. That was fine. That was real fun. We did mini golf. We had some pizza. I have this really cool restaurant we went to, and there was this big ribeye that I had that was really good. It was really, really yummy. They had really good pecan pie, really good French fries. Oh no, the French fries were so good. There was mac and cheese. It was so good. We had garlic cheese purge. Oh, so good. It's so good. Like I said, we had some pizza from this really popular local pizza chain that was in the city. We went to go see a movie. It was a really wacky movie. Like, very wacky. But it was about like... So, hold on. Before we explain that... Hi, Gabriel! Before we explain that... There is this movie that was coming out called Roses, right? We saw that in the theater. But here we saw that. We wanted to see... Because it's like a British remake of an older American movie called Year of the Roses. And it's basically about like a divorce that went like super off the wall to the point where these two people are just trying to kill each other. And it's supposed to be like a comedy and stuff like that. It was really weird. It was a really weird movie. But it was like they're like so obsessive over like this house that they have. First off, the guy is working like he works at a laugh now, right? And he's working like 100 hours per week, right? And he's like super rich. He's like the breadwinner for the family, right? And the wife, when I wasn't really paying attention that much, but the wife was like, for some reason, was it like she had gotten so, like, the home life had gotten so old for her, right? Like, she had organized the house exactly how she wanted it to be. And it got to the point where she didn't have anything else to do at home. And so, she was getting kind of like discontent with living at home. And so she wanted to open up her own catering business and stuff like that. Which is fine, right? That's fine. She wants to do something on the side, right? But all of a sudden, she got like real tired and upset about how her husband's the main breadwinner of the family, and about how he's making all the money, and how she wants to go explore the world and travel and stuff like that, and she wants to do her catering business and stuff like that, and I felt for him, and he was real confused about this. He was like, but why? Where is all this coming from and stuff like that? And like throughout the entire movie, it was just over and over again, like, she comes up to him at one point and was like, I want a divorce. I can't do this anymore. I want to live by myself. I want a divorce. And he was real confused about that. And throughout the entire movie, he's like, but I still love you. Oh, I still love you. And she's like, I don't care. I want a divorce. I want out this house and stuff like that. Hey, like, he paid for the house and stuff like that, right? He paid for like everything in the house, everything and stuff like that. And in the divorce stuff, she was like, I want everything. I want all the stuff. I want everything you out, and I especially want the house. And he's like, but I bought all the stuff with my money. Why? And she was like, I just do. And so she on the other hand was like, okay, well, you're not getting it. It was like, just out of spite, so you randomly being weird, you're not getting any of that. I'm keeping it all in the divorce. And there's that one point where the Whites, he accidentally kills her cat. Like, he accidentally runs over her cat. Because he wants to go get, he said like their maid to go get sleeping pills from her bedroom and her bathroom. And she wouldn't let the maid in. And her cat ended up getting out. And her cat got out the front door and he was backing out of the driveway and ended up running over her cat. And she blamed him, was like, you killed my cat. And she locked him in their sauna. I can't remember who let him out, but someone eventually did let him out. I think it was the maid. Might be wrong. But someone did eventually let him out. Oh no, Sweet came back and let him out and was like, please just leave the house. Please just let me have the house and leave. And you leave. And he was like, no, I'm not doing that. And then because of that, at one point, she like pretty much totaled his like this super nice car that she got him one year for Christmas. Like she like runs it over with her car, with him in it, trying to kill him in it, stuff like that. It was a really weird movie. It was very weird. And the movie ends with she tries to kill him at one point by loosening the plate on their chandelier. To try and get it to drop on him and kill him. Like he moves before that happens. They get into a fight on the balcony of the main lip room, like the entry room. She flips, she's really good at gymnastics, by the way. She flips over the balcony, claps onto the chandelier, and so she tapped it off and stuff like that. She climbs on top of it, and here's like, oh no, I'll save you, because he still loves her, right? But she doesn't care about him anymore. He still loves her, though. So he climbs onto the chandelier with her, and he goes like, there we are. I still love you, because the bolt's about to fall off, and the chandelier's about to fall, and stuff like that. The chandelier does fall. It comes crashing down onto the floor. They're like about to die. And he reaches out to like grab her hand and she pushes him off at her and they die like that. So it's a very weird movie. It's supposed to be a funny movie, right? It was supposed to be funny, right? Like a little more comedic, but is there a weird movie? So I don't know. I really liked it that much. It was kind of meh. I'm not gonna lie. But it was supposed to be like a funny movie. It has like Danny DeVito in it. It has a guy from like Lord of the Rings. It's got a bunch of like big name actors in it and stuff like that. But the day after, we went to go see the British remake. In theaters. We went to go see the British remake in theaters. And that one was also kind of weird. It had Benedict Cumberbatch in it, which is really interesting. He plays like the main character. It was supposed to be, like I said, it's supposed to be like a British remake of it. The same thing about a divorce. They're both Mr. and Mrs. Rose, stuff like that. But basically the premise of this is the dad, it seems kind of stark, right? The dad's the big breadwinner of the family. He's this big architect. He designs buildings and stuff like that. And the mom is a stay-at-home mom. She's a baker. She really likes cooking. She's like a really big chef, right? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It was very weird. It had some funny jokes in it. But it was really weird. But basically, the remake, what happens is the dad is like this big architect, right? And this mom is this big chef. or like she's this really good chef and she wants to be a chef. So one day, the dad spends money to buy her a restaurant. So he buys her a restaurant that she can go into in her free time. It's kind of got this weird balance going on where the mom is too carefree about her children. She's letting them eat whatever sweets they want. Whereas the dad is too strict with the children. He wants them to be these big, hotshot, athletic kids, stuff like that. So the mom gets this restaurant right, but they're not getting very many customers. The dad is getting prepared to unveil this big new building, right? However, a big storm happens, and the building, pretty much collapses. It pretty much, collapses. There's a big, sail on top of it, and falls through the building, and the entire building just collapses. And so, his architect company that he works for fires him. But because of the storm, a lot of people are going into the Wise restaurant to take shelter. To take shelter for the storm. And this really big, food reviewer comes in, reviews her food, and really likes it. And so, her restaurant really takes off because of it. And they kind of switch roles, right? So the dad becomes a stay-at-home dad, and the mom becomes, this big, hotshot restaurant owner, right? She starts opening up restaurants across the country and stuff like that. Whereas the dad is starting to lose his mind because he doesn't want to be a stay-at-home dad. He wants to continue his dream of architecture and stuff like that, and he's, kind of losing his mind about having to take care of the kids and stuff like that, and making sure everything is correct and all the kids are being raised correctly, whereas the mom is continuing to live her dream of being a big restaurant owner. She's going to these big fancy restaurants, doing these big fancy parties and stuff like that, meeting all these big, hot shots and stuff like that, and it causes them to drift further and further apart. So try and get them to get back together. The mom goes, okay, how about this? I'll supply the money to build you your dream house, to build us a dream house. And so he's real excited about this. They have a location picked out. They build the dream house and stuff like that. At one point, Sid gets mad at him for spending too much money, but he's like, it's part of the vision, right? Because he's an architect, right? And he's like, it's part of the vision. It has to be these materials and stuff like that. Well, they built the dream house. Teddy, thank you for the follow. Thank you. Welcome to the battalion. So they built the dream house, right? They still go farther and farther apart. Even despite that, he goes on a run at some point and saves a beached whale. I'm trying to remember if that's not what Pinky says. Oh, thank you, Teddy. Thank you. It's very kind of you. But he goes and saves a beached whale at one point, and it sends him on this big spiritual journey. However, he comes home and he was they get into a big fight. Is why didn't you tell me you saved this whale? And he goes because I didn't want you to ruin it. And stuff like that. He goes what? She goes well, tell me what happened. I didn't ruin it. And he goes on how it was a big spiritual journey and stuff like that. And at the very end, he goes it made me ask one question in my mind. And she goes, yeah, well, what was the question? And he goes, why am I married to you? And so she gets very mad and runs off. They have friends over at dinner, and they're each very awkward at the dinner. He is very trying to keep the attention on himself, the new house. Whenever she talks, she's very awkward socially, and he gets very excuse me, my friends are here, let's keep it professional. She baked a cake for the event. She comes up and destroys the cake and starts throwing it at his friends and stuff like that. It's very weird, also a very weird movie. Also very weird. Again, it was it's supposed to be comedic though, right? They start destroying each other's stuff. Eventually, she gets a gun and starts chasing him through the eyes, but she sucks at aiming, and so she can't hit him. He starts throwing stuff, like throwing knives and stuff at her. Who destroys like her vintage gas stove that she bought and really liked. But it's leaking gas throughout the house, right? But through it all, they're like, I still love you. I love you so much. I don't want to get divorced. And stuff like that. And the movie ends just like gas filling the house. And they're trying to make like the scene romantic. So like they're laying on the bed and they go, they have like a robot AI that he built in the house called Hallo. And so they go, like, turn on the fireplace. And the movie ends with the fireplace turning on. And it's supposed to be like, oh, the house blows up with them in it, right? It's a weird movie. These are weird movies. They're very chaotic and very wacky. It was good though. Like, we ate lunch at the theater and I had like pizza and french fries. And there was these funnel cake french fries. Oh, they were so good. The pizza movie again. I really liked it. That is a weird movie. It's very funky. Like I said, it's supposed to be comedic though, right? It's like, yes. I don't know if it was my thing. So we played mini golf. I got the highest score in mini golf. Are you proud of me? Are you proud of me? Are you proud of me? I got the highest score in mini golf. Are you proud of me? Are you proud of me? Are you proud of me? I got the highest score in mini golf. Are you proud of me? I got an 8 right in mini golf, and then I think the lowest score was like 65 or something, and there was like 18 holes. That was fun. Mini golf was fun. I liked the mini golf. It was a very interesting course. We were very like nervous about going in because first of all, the mini golf course is called the Trap House. So that's not very reassuring, right? But it's supposed to be like an escape room, but it's called like the Trap House. But no, I didn't install it on the Mesa right now. But it was called the Trap House. So that's a middle earth pudding, right? Not only that, there's no outside advertising. It just looked like a nightclub. And some of you were very nervous that we were walking into like a meth house. Thankfully, we opened the door. It wasn't a meth house. It was in fact a mini golf place. So we didn't get murdered until that day, which is very nice. Very scary though. A little scary. It was alright. It was fun. They had some really unique golf courses and really unique mini golf courses. One of them was like pinball. One of them was like plinko. One of them was like Snooze Bowl. The other one was themed after Mario Kart. Like, it was really cool. One of them had a loop-de-loop. It was really cool. It was really fun. It's just like, the first few seconds were in the middle of so nerve-wracking. Just a little bit. Because we didn't know if we were walking into like our moto house. But yeah, it was really fun. I really liked it. It was really funny. I played some music with my family, stuff like that. We had fun. We hung out. We watched a football game. Stuff like that. Yeah, it was really fun. It was really, really fun. On top of that, I got a new job. I started my G job finally. So, started my new job is I have to stand in a Costco and sell windows and doors, right? I've got to sell windows and doors in Costco. none of the sell them. I have to set up estimates for it. But they're like super waxed with like breaks and stuff like that. And so I can go take like a break whenever I do it. It has to be like, if it's not over 15 minutes, I don't have to clock out, but I can take max an hour if I go clock out. But of course, in Costco, you got that $1.50 hot dog, right? But you also got like $2 pizza slices, like giant pizzas, and you can get a drink for 79 cents. So my lunch is $3 every day. $3. But yeah, I make 18 an hour. On top of, I get bonuses based on how many estimate appointments I set up. I think it's for the first 6, it's $40 per appointment. And then 7 through 9, it is $60. And then any appointment I make after, like from the 9th appointment, or no, after I set 9 appointments, any appointment I make after that's an extra $100, and I'm making 18 an hour on top of that. So that's really cool. That's really cool. Make a lot of money. Hopefully. I had my first, like, real shift yesterday. And it was like a training shift, right? My boss was training me and stuff like that. But my first shift by myself is this Sunday. And I'm excited! I can't wait to make some money. I'm finally not gonna have to be poor anymore. Plus, I can put that money towards like streaming and stuff like that, right? So you can get some new videos and stuff. I still realize I still haven't finished scripting this new video. I don't know where to start on the script. I have like all the ideas I want in place, but I just don't know where to start, and it's killing me. It is absolutely killing me. Because I want it to be a good video, and I've got a bunch of ideas in mind. I just don't know where to start, dude. I really don't. But we'll see. It'll happen. Like, yeah, the video happened. I need to, actually sit down and script it. And I haven't had time to sit down and stare at a blank page for just hours on end. Because I just don't know where to start on it. I have no idea where to start and the video. Because it's gotta be like summary and then review, right? So it's gonna be a part, like it's gonna be a abridged sort of summary of the new Mafia game, right? But it's also gonna be like a review of it, and I just have no idea where to start on it. I'm trying to think of like a funny moment that I can start, that I can put in, but like I just don't know to like grip the viewer's attention. I just don't know where to start. I have no idea, and it's bothering me so much. Like I said, it'll come out. Don't worry. It'll happen. I just like it'll happen. Don't worry. It'll happen. I just need to actually take time to sit down and then invest time in it, which I just haven't been able to yet. I got to see goat as well. I got to stay in my sister-in-law's ranch. And I got to see goats. So that was fine. I didn't get to pet them, but I got to see them. That was fine. So I stay with my grandparents, right? My grandparents have they have 3 dogs. So they've got this one really big dog that was a stray that they adopted. And then they have these 2 smaller dogs. And one of them is so tiny. She's teacup size. She's like a tiny teacup Yorkie. And she is so small. She was so cute. I wanted to take her with me, but they were like, no. She's our dog. And I was like, but she could be my dog. And they were like, no, she's our dog. So, what's up, Bryn? Yeah, there's a little teacup puppy that I really liked. That I wanted to take with me, and they wouldn't let me. How rude, am I right? How rude. They wouldn't let me steal their dog. How rude. She is a little teacup Yorkie. She's very tiny. She has, like... What's up, Hio? She has, like, a like, dislocating hip in her leg. And so she, like, hops around everywhere. And so she's like a little tripod. She like hops on 3 legs and it doesn't slow her down. Like she's still really fast. She gets around real fast, but it's real funny because she hops around everywhere. Like at the ends. What's up, Morika? Yeah, there's this little tiny teacup dog. He was real funny because she was the smallest one. Like, she's the smallest dog, but she's the most vocal. Like, she's the most bassy and vocal. Whenever she sits on, like, my grandmother's chair with her, and whenever another dog hops up there with her, she gets mad and growls at them. Whenever they're like big dog that used to be a stray walks in, like they go to let him in, she growls at him and barks at him and stuff like that. Like she's the most vocal and bossy one. It's really funny, and she's the smallest. Not good. We're just talking about like what I did over Labor Day and stuff like that. Yeah, dude, she's a little silly dog, little silly dogs. They said, so she, like I said, she hops around on, like, 3 legs because she has, like, a dislocating hip. But it doesn't slow her down, it doesn't hurt her and stuff like that. But what they learned happened, or she started doing that, when their other small dog, their other Yorkie, got, like, an injury. And they took him to the vet, and so he was hopping around. And she started, like, mimicking him. Like, she's a very, very big, like, prima donna princess, and she was so funny and so cute. She really liked me. Like, I was sleeping, because I said I had to sleep on their couch, because I didn't have a spare room. But I was sleeping one day, and she came over and started barking at me, and she was basically telling me she wanted to sit up on the couch with me. And so I put her up on the couch, and she just lay down and went right back to sleep. So she really liked me. I really liked her, so me. Sadly, I couldn't take her with me. They wouldn't let me. There's always no reason putting your debut on hold here. Get on with it. Get on with it. Put it out. Me and you both got new jobs. Like, you got a new job as well. She actually got a job, like, doing the stuff she wants to. like, she got a job doing the stuff she likes. Maybe. He might have a new one if you ever seen his specs. Let me ask him. Oh no, she, sorry. Not he. I always forget, Bung's a woman now, not a guy. If she ever sends her specs, it might be better. We don't know. Yeah, so you got a job doing basically what she likes, and I got a job offering windows to people. He is like, she's like big with like graphic design, and she got a job. Do you do photography or is it graphic design? What do you do? Anyway, she had a job doing what she likes. I got a job selling windows and doors. Hi, Galaxy. Both photography and graphic design. Yeah, see, you do stuff you want, and you kind of get paid like the same as I did for it. Well, without the bonuses. I haven't done any bonuses yet because I haven't set any appointments yet. But like my glasses, my silhouette glasses. It's perfect because I'm wearing glasses in real life too. So I bet you. Well, it has been a while. It's been over a week. And I've just been too busy. Oh, yeah, bonuses and I work a lot less hours. I could work less hours if I wanted to. I just told them I wanted to work as much as possible because I want money. I want money. Money is good. 7 to 1 p.m., so about 6 hours? Yeah, about 6 hours. I have a job now, so I get watch out 3 in the morning and work. No! No! Not my 3 a.m. streams! No! What's that? Food. First, like getting to use the heat presses in the back for stuff I can take home. I have no idea what that means, but cool. I get $3 pizzas. With a drink. Every day. That's my bonus. And that's my, like, perk a year. Like the mug I made? Oh, cool. So, you know, as myself before I got surgery, I was so nearsighted. I was practically legally blind without super heavy and thick glasses. That's how I am. I am very, very, very legally blind. I cannot see a thing without my glasses. They're super thick, too. They're very big glasses. I have to wear them, though. I can't see without them. And, like, contacts hurt my eyes and give me headaches. So I have to wear them, unfortunately. It's okay. I like them, though. They're part of my style. But yeah, that's kind of what's new with me. That's kind of what happened over the past 10 days. Lot of little updates. Little updates. So, not this Monday, but next Monday and the Monday after that, I have to work what's called a double, which means I'm going to be working 12 hours. So that's fine. That's fun. But I had technically an overtime, so I'm sure they wouldn't mind if I, like, had to leave a little early or something like that, you know? Stuff like that. It'll be fine. It'll be okay. Because, like I said, I can take as many 15-minute breaks as I want to. Actually, there's not anybody there monitoring me, so I can kind of just do, like, my own thing as well. I already started getting surgery yourself. I got intraocular lens implants and being able to see 20/20 is so nice. Needles scare me a lot. I don't like them in my eyes because I need them. I don't know. It has occurred to me when I like operate fine with my glasses and stuff like that. You know, stuff like that. Stuff like that. I'm hungry. I think I may go get tacos tonight. That sounds yummy. Yummy tacos, yummy. I'm hungry. But I'm not hungry, I'm hungry. So it's New Year. What's new with y'all? Any new life updates with y'all? That's kinda just me. I've kinda been working and just got back from out of town and stuff like that. And then being able to check my heavy and thick glasses felt like a huge weight lifted off of me. I've considered it. It's just been like scary. Need all those scary items for my arm. What? Tell me, who did it? Who did it here? Who did it? Nay? What happened? First you're sick, and then you almost broke your arm? I'm gonna kill whoever did this to you. And that's just biding my time. I'll recover from a long-term illness, which I'm almost out of the woods from. Ah, congrats! I hope I'm glad you're feeling better. I cannot wait to get my first paycheck. I think they said on the 14th? I think they said on the 14th, but I get my first paycheck on the 14th, I think it is. And the first thing I'm gonna do with my paycheck is go get a bunch of snacks from the grocery store on top of YATTAAAA. I'm so ready to have my own food that I really enjoy. I cannot wait, dude. I cannot wait. I was walking home from work and it legit out of nowhere. In particular, it started pouring heavy rain. Oh, rain! And then I started running home and forgot that I was in heels. I shouldn't use my proper running form. They run using only the front of my foot. I got heavily set back from some plans that I wanted to work on, but hey, I'll be able to get a lot more things. So yeah, I'm glad to hear it. So I sure been so badly. Did you get like scrapes and stuff like that? Yikes. This is why I don't run. That's why I don't exercise, bro. Anyways, kill the sidewalks that did it to you. Murder them. Murder them. My alien tapped out in socket because I fell on my stair? Oh, did you have to go to, like, the doctor or something? Like... Yikes, that's... What? Mom shoved it back in place, didn't her? Did it hurt at all? Yes, what? Ugh. Let's scratch. I'm glad it didn't hurt as much the first time. I've got some videos. We're gonna do some video watching streams today. Like I don't wanna play any games. Hold on. Hold on. Let me pause the music so we can watch this unique video. Found a video of Uma Musume playing solo games. Hi, Bon! Shout out to Tibatito.
This is ウマ娘の宣伝担当ガイさんだぞ。今日はこいつらとゲーム企画をやっちゃうねんって。ヤッホー、妖怪帝王だよ。キングヘイローよ。ランニング、マヤのトップガンだよ。今日はこの4人でヤングビーストっていうパーティーゲームをやるぞ。
Are these the actual voice actors? Yes, they are.
さあ、ゼリーみたいにぐにゃぐにゃのキャラを操作して乱闘するゲームだい。みんな自分の色言ってって。ガイちゃんは赤、テオは青、キングは緑、マヤはオレンジ。じゃあ始めるぜ。ゲームスタート。マヤ落ちちゃった。危ない。ほら、おい、キング、私ばっかりかいじゃねえ。あんたストレスさんでしたっけ？ストレスさんだ。 ういう戦いだ。あんなマジ合いじゃないの。落ちなさい。もう一戦目なのに疲れてきた。私も疲れてきた。もうどうなの。よかった。
It's Fellowship between Halo, Teo, and then Top Gun.
いやもう声ガビガビよ。
Amazing. Are there any what on this guy? No, what? You're kidding. Coffee playtime? Or a game? These can't be the original voice actresses, right? They can't be. They'll chip to VTuber? No way. Oh, they are? Oh, really? Right shower wins a picture bitch for you? I'm so fascinated by this. They were still finding a mascot. They made Golshi and me to representing movies in the airport's release. It's like, this is the one that's always like screaming, and this is Mango. Mango.
一体どんなゲームをやるんでしょうか。今日遊ぶのはポピープレイタイムというホラーゲームだ。
I cannot believe this is an actual video. I cannot believe I did it.
ホラーですか。白木様、どうかご加護を。馬娘たるもの、しっかりとしたメンタルもなくては怖がってなんていられません。頑張ります。じゃないキッダ。ポピープレイタイムは廃墟となったおもちゃ工場が舞台のホラーパズルゲームだ。3人で順番にプレイしてチャプター1のクリアを目指していくぞ。わかりました。頑張るぞ。突然うわっ、なんてこともあるかもしれないから見てるお前らも気を抜くなや。怖い状態でパズルなんてできるでしょうか。パズルの神様、ひらめきの神様もどうかご加護を。それじゃあ早速スタートだ。えいえいゲット。メイクプレイ。じゃああそこにあいてお供えしますね。よいしょ。あ、照らされている。よかった。
What is the resolution? What am I playing on? This resolution sucks. This is so bad. What are they playing on?
あきました。はい。このまま直進じゃなくて。
Are they playing on a controller too? First time playing a video game, by the way.
ドキドキドキドキドキドキドキドキ。君のハギが、君のハギが来た。走ってきた。君のハギが。君のハギがズキズキしてきた。走り出してる。ハギが。
First time playing a video game, by the way.
こんな思いは初めて。チラリチラリ。ハギ？呼ばないでください。ハギ？どうなってんだろう。ハギ待って。怖い。待ってハギ。ハウス。レンジャーとか言ってる。
First time playing a video game, by the way.
まだ君には早すぎる。何この起きろ。何これ。誰が呼びかけてんのこれ。楽になることは許されなかった。楽になることは許されない。ダメだった。では私の力ではどうにもならなかったのでこれした。なるほど。
Look at the resolution, dude. This one's awful. They do not have this set up right. This gameplay looks awful.
なんかよくわかんねえままあそこにいたよな。なんかベルトコンベヤの中に入ったらベルトコンベヤが動いて。なるほど。流されるままに。
They have to be playing on controller too.
ハギさんが出てきました。ハギピョイ伝説が始まるってこと？ハギピョイ。出てこいや。出てこいや。やばい。これはでも大丈夫なんですよね。
First time playing a video game, by the way.
正気を保っている。
Genuinely first time playing a video game. Genuinely the first time playing a video game. Genuinely.
なんでだ。さほいじゃ。おまちさん。どうやって逃げんの？やっぱベルトコンベヤなんだ。
What an interesting marketing campaign.
してるのがちょっとやだ。リアルですね。どっから来ました？ここから来るよ。来るので、こんにちは。そこじゃねえ、真ん前。ここから来る。ちょっと待って、走ってる。切り替え。
So-called game developers can't afford an actual gaming PC for their gameplay marketing campaign. Look at the quality, dude.
どうやってベルトコンベヤまで行くの？本当に突入してみる？またいるか？まっすぐ行ってハギーさんを呼び起こしました。ハギーさん後ろ向いて走って。どこで向いて？右。ここに入る。そっから何か流れる。私。
No sheer rapping.
もう読めなくなった。アドバイスがもう読めなくなった。また起こされます。
Don't are bad at the video game. First time playing a video game. はい、ハギ。
どうなっちまうんだろうな。だってポピーにすら合ってないぜ。確かにポピーはいずこね。そうなんだよな。そうだ。でもいい感じです。すごい。最後止まったら左。その先は未知の世界。はいハギ。走りゴ。なんでここで走れるんだ。でもめちゃめちゃ進んでたけど。そうですよね。なんか途中まですごく正解な感じがしました。左の右の左とかで。次右キーの左で。ここで出てくる右。でこれで左だ。左。 こで左ここ左ここ左でどこや落ちるよあ落ちる落ちて行ってみる落ちてみよう行ってみましょうどこだここどこ私はどこ大丈夫みんながついてるから
Mambo seems to be like the only one who's actually kind of decent at the game. All the others like walk without looking. あ、Part 2. They're making Mambo do it because she's the one who actually knows how to play the game. That was kind of cute, I'm not gonna lie. I was wondering what they were gonna do at that point, but they actually did it. What's this? Ready? What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? Ready? Oh, they actually did it.
いや、じゃあゴイシちゃんたちは脱出しないといけないから。そうですね、これも必要な。そう、必要な犠牲。必要な犠牲です。前に進もう。行きましょう。後ろを振り返るな。振り返らない。終わった？とりあえずまっすぐ進もう。多分大丈夫。頑張った。素晴らしいです。ちょっと才能あるかもしれない。才能あるよ。ハギーの才能ある。ハギーの才能。
You have Harry's talent.
野生のハギーさんも。ちょっともう怖いからしゃがんでこう。なるほどな、大事。姿勢を低くする。でもこれでまだ終わりじゃないですね。思ったよりとりあえず前に進んでいこう。これで脱出かと思いました。あとちょっとだ、頑張れ。頑張れ。
And the last and now boy. DVD.
映像見なきゃ。あそこにテレビがあるから、あそこで見るじゃないか。見ましょう。
Final log in relation. Experiment 1-0.
Oh, that's right. These. I forget these VHSs are in English, so they don't play it in any other language. You can also, one fun fact about Puppy Playtime, you can make these VHSs play literally anything. If you edit the game files, you can replace the video files with literally anything. It's really funny.
All other experiments of his type. Though still missing, these events are no. All other experiments of his type. Though still missing, these events are no doubt in relation to him. His absence was a flaw in the scientific process. Should have under no circumstances been left unaccounted for. That's why I'm making this log, so that the same mistake won't be made twice.
Mistake.
Disposed of in a secure location. I'm not worried about myself. One way through and I'll be back.
God, do you look how bad this looks? Are they playing in the smallest resolution ever? And it's so bad. Huggy house. Empty house.
また何かが始まるんでしょうか。もうとりあえず
Empty house.
もうお腹いっぱいだよ。お腹いっぱいだな。おしまい。あ、ここが出口かもしれません。出られそうだ。なんか怖い。本当だな。もっと吊るし方があるようなもんだけどな。
This can't be a better way to hang it up. It's not sure about shit. Ultra.
そんな救出しようみたいに救出しようかと。ストップ。ランしよう。あ、出られそうだ。行け。帰りましょう。帰ろう。そ。あ、可愛らしい。なんで振り返るの。背後のチェックを怠らない。なるほど。なんだこれ。ないけど帰りたい。お家帰りたい。いけ、開けろ。いいよ、ポピーさんだ。本当だ、ポピーがいる。ポピーさん。もうポピーがギャーで終わりじゃん、こんなん絶対。これもうポピーのポピーよ。ポピー。ポピープレイタイム。開けますよ。
Happy playtime. Thank you for the addition.
開けますよ。
Thank you for that addition, Gold Chip. Thank you. That was so awesome.
ポピープレイタイム。開けますよ。お邪魔します。ポピープレイタイム。ハロー。本当に無理、ちょっと何よ。あ、レバーを引きましょう。何も怖いことはありません。本当ですね、言いましたね。絶対大丈夫ですね。じゃあお前が引けよ。持っちゃった。行きましょう。一緒だ。彼女が敵だとも限りません。闇に包まれた。ポピー、あなたが私のケースを開けた。あなたが私のケースを開けた。
Does this game not have a Japanese dub? And I'm playing it a English dub with a Japanese sound. That's probably what they're doing. This game probably doesn't have a Japanese dub.
脱出。やっぱり彼女は。いいもんってこと？違うだろ。ここからが戦いが始まるんじゃないのか。私たちを序章。大活躍でお待ちさん。最後ハギピョイはもうあれだ、タウンホイザーにしかできなかったよ。よく頑張りました。いや、私な、お前らと一緒にゲームやりたいってずっと言ってたの。嬉しいです。偉い人たちにな。でもホラゲって一言も言ってないの。楽しいゲームしたいって言ってたんだけど、でも2人と一緒だったからホラーじゃ全然なかったし、これ超楽しかった。本当ですね。ゴリさん始まる前かなりふる怯えていらっしゃった。怯えてるよ。あの震えは何だったのでしょう。でもすごい始まってみたらとっても楽しかったですね。楽しかったな。楽しかった。あれ楽しかった。ってことでチャプター1はここまで。はい。また一緒にゲームやろうな。はい。じゃあ今回はここまでで。またな。バイバイ。
Okay, that one's kind of cute. That was kind of cute. Besides them, like having their entire setup brand, that wasn't too bad. For some reason, they really like Gang Beast. They keep playing Gang Beast. There's one where Gold Chip, Rice Shower, and Ali Palmer play a different horror game. 'Cause it's funny. It's the same 4 ones every time. Interesting. So this is like a whole thing. I didn't expect it to be a whole thing. That's kind of funny. What an interesting marketing campaign. I found the official YouTube channel. It's got 1.2 million subscribers and may still upload. They don't do gameplays anymore, though. I don't think so. Maybe they do. Hold on. Yeah, that's a very, very interesting YouTube channel. So do they still upload like gameplays and stuff like that? It doesn't look like it. It looks like it's mostly just the game news for the normal MMSNA. I figure out when the last time they uploaded actual gameplay was. It seems like they did it months ago? And they did. Last they did Puppy Playtime was 4 months ago, so apparently they are still playing it. They had an interesting marketing campaign. Do they have official subtitles? No, they don't. Interesting. They also have the famous video of what is Goshi was trapped in a locked room with 1.8 million views. Because of course. Okay, let's watch this other video. This one is about Superhero Island.
1999, one of its when Islands of Adventure opened in 1999, one of its headline lands was Marvel Superhero Island. However, in more recent years, the land itself is often seen as one of Islands of Adventure's weaker areas. A place where the rides are a standout, but the setting feels increasingly out of step with modern expectations, especially when compared to Disney's new Avengers campus. However, there is a legitimate reason for this. The foundation of this land dates back to 1994, years before Islands of Adventure opened, when Marvel, who is now owned by Disney, signed a very unconventional theme park licensing agreement with Universal. This agreement explains why Marvel Superhero Island is still so distinctly 90s, and why it's highly unlikely that will ever change. Back when Universal began planning Islands of Adventure in the early 90s, the park was envisioned as a collection of lands that each represented a different genre of literature. For the comic books land, Universal was looking for a partnership with the biggest name in comics at the time, DC. Negotiations reportedly got fairly far along, and detailed concepts were brought to the table. The land itself would have been split with Superman and Batman as the land's icons, part being themed as Metropolis and part Gotham City. The Metropolis section would have featured a Superman-themed 3D motion simulator ride, more akin to Star Tours rather than the Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man, and the Gotham City section would have featured a dueling coaster between Batman and the Penguin,
I am almost at 600 subs. I think I'm only like 6 away.
as well as a live-action Batman and Robin stunt show that would have taken place in the lagoon. But the deal eventually fell through. Accounts vary on the specifics, but most point to disagreements over licensing fees and the level of creative control DC and Warner Brothers wanted over how their characters would be represented. Because of those disagreements, Warner Brothers walked away, and instead they chose to continue leveraging their long-standing agreement with Six Flags, which had been using DC characters in their parks since the early 1980s. An agreement still held in place to this day. But with DC out of reach, Universal then turned to Marvel. And while it might seem like an obvious choice today, it's important to remember that this was the mid-90s, long before the Marvel Cinematic Universe made these characters household names. Marvel was still a popular comic publisher, but their film adaptations had been inconsistent, and the company itself was in serious financial trouble, even filing for bankruptcy in 1996. Despite Marvel's shaky position, Universal saw an opportunity. Negotiations moved quickly, and in 1994, the two companies finalized their agreement, creating the foundation for the land as we know it today. Marvel Superhero Island is one of the very first lands as soon as you walk into Islands of Adventure. A deliberate choice because Universal expected Spider-Man and Hulk to be big attendance draws and wanted them to be immediately visible to guests. Just past the port of entry, you make a left and are instantly met with the iconic cannon from the Incredible Hulk coaster. The Art Deco-inspired buildings in the land are
I've been here. Like, I went here, I think in May. Yeah, in May. I went here in May this year. It was a lot of fun. There's a lot of Easter eggs with each of the, like, drawings. So you see, like, the Spider-Man. Oh, I can't sit 'cause my fence is in the way. You see the little Spider-Man off here in the corner. There's the Human Torch right here. I think this is Dumbledore? I can't tell. But there's a little Easter egg. Basically, when the artist who made these was drawing them, I think it was Universal told him he can't put his signature anywhere on his works. He can't put his name anywhere on his works. And they said he can't sign his work that they're going to use for the part. So what he did was, if you look closely on each of them, you can find his signature hidden into the artwork. Some of them are really hard to find, but some of them you can see really easily. Like, whenever I went, me and my cousin and her boyfriend played like a game on who could find the most signatures. It was really fun.
heavily stylized and brightly painted with massive artwork by Adam Kubert, whose name you can find
See?
and signed within each piece of character art around the land. The design is
He was not supposed to do that, and so you have to flip them at each piece of artwork, and you have to look very closely in order to find someone.
exaggerated to make you feel like you're in the pages of a comic book rather than in a realistic city.
Like, I think there's this one, I think it's on his foot, if I remember correctly.
Streets are flat and wide, which make it easy to handle crowds, but also adds to that feeling that you're walking through a two-dimensional graphic novel. The land, while relatively small by today's standards, is still densely packed with attractions.
Like Spider-Man has one. Let me see if I can find his. Maybe his was on his foot. I might be wrong. Another thing is part of the agreement with Disney is they're not allowed to update this land at all. Like, they can keep all their attractions, they can't update it at all.
Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man anchors the land with its enormous Daily Bugle facade complete with a giant 3D cutout of Spider-Man. Inside, guests walk through multiple pre-show rooms, including a recreation of the offices inside the Daily Bugle, who have their 3D glass.
I wasn't able to eat right this night, unfortunately it was closed down. when I went, which is so sad because everyone says this is one of the best rides there, but it was unfortunately it was closed down whenever I went.
And board the scoop vehicles, where you then travel through a dark ride mixed with screens, physical sets, and motion simulation. Even though the ride was the first of its kind, it still ranks among the world's best theme park rides, and my personal favorite of all time. It also won the Golden Ticket Award for Best Dark Ride 12 years in a row from 1999 to 2010 until Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey dethroned it. Just down the street is the Incredible Hulk coaster, made by B&M, instantly
I also rode this one for a year. I rolled this ride too. This one gave me a headache after I finished riding it. It was really fun. The line for it was like 2 hours long, and I had to go through a metal detector in order to ride it because I don't want you to take on any like personal belongings. And so I got stopped because of my belt I was wearing. But this one was a lot of fun. It gave me a massive headache after I finished riding it.
recognizable for its massive green track and iconic launch tunnel that shoots trains above a guest walkway. The launch is a tire-propelled system that accelerates riders from 0 to 40 miles an hour in just 2 seconds. This launch system was rather new for the time, and is unlike the magnetic LSN systems more commonly seen today. The system draws so much power that Universal couldn't rely on the local power grid, and instead, they installed on-site generator units to buffer and deliver the needed energy without triggering power outages. For years, this was the signature thrill ride of the entire
That's crazy, by the way.
park until Velocicoaster took that title, although it's still a fan favorite for
I actually rode that ride to Velocicoaster. When I went to go ride it, they said it was going to be a 20-minute wait. We got there and the ride broke down. We were there for 2 hours.
many coaster enthusiasts and acts as one of the most recognizable features of the Islands of Adventure skyline. Towering 184 feet high, the tallest ride in all of Universal Orlando and Islands of Adventure is Dr. Doom's Fearfall.
Rode that one too. That one had no line, so I had to instantly get on, and it was awesome. It lasted like 3 seconds, but I had to ride it like instantly, so it was really cool.
SNS space shot towers shooting riders skywards for one of the coolest views of the park. Somewhat unique for the time since most drop towers slowly lifted riders up, then dropped rather than launching them upwards. And tucked away behind the Hulk is Storm Force Acceleration, a spinning teacup-style ride themed to Storm.
I didn't like this one. We did probably try to focus on the thrill rides. Nah, we didn't ride this one.
X-Men. This ride opened in May of 2000, about a year after the park opened, in an attempt to add a more family-friendly option to the land. The attraction generally goes overlooked compared to its neighbors, however, it does pack a surprising punch for what it is. And lastly, there's Kingpin's Arcade, which slightly carries over some of the land's theming for what it is. And lastly,
This image is really funny. He's like ego checking you with his own money. It's really funny. I really like that.
there's Kingpin's Arcade, which slightly carries over some of the land's theming into it and offers a pretty wide selection of arcade games. There's a few dining venues as well. One of the main restaurants is Cafe 4, themed after the Fantastic Four, which serves fast casual pizza, pasta, and sandwiches. On select days, there's also a character dining option here. For $57, you get access to a buffet, a non-alcoholic beverage, and many of the characters from around the land will stop by and visit your table so you can alcoholic beverage and
Shout out this viejo reenactor, bro. Shout out this will reenact. This is not actually an employee. This is a hobo that found super drunk on the street and was like, hey, I'll give you a job for the day. And he was like, hey.
many of the characters from around the land will stop by and visit your table so you can meet them and take photos. There's also Captain America's Diner, which has a retro cafeteria vibe and plenty of themed murals throughout. The inside can feel pretty dated, and the restaurant mostly just offers burgers and fries, but does offer unique views of the lagoon. Out back. Like most quick service establishments across Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure, the food offerings are usually just carbon copies of each other located inside different themed buildings. So themed food being absent isn't particularly.
When I went, I didn't eat at this restaurant. I ate at the Dr. C's restaurant, and I had it was like spaghetti inside of a croissant. It was really good. It was really, really good.
Particularly surprising. There's also various stands that will sell your typical theme park snacks like hot dogs and pretzels, not themed to any character or franchise, but work interestingly by being generic and unbranded, which feel like they belong in a comic book. Well, minus the likely mandated anti-Ann zoning here. Merchandise is spread across a few shops, including the Marvel Alternaverse store, which carries various toys and collectibles. Spider-Man has his own dedicated shop at the right exit, selling, well, Spider-Man stuff, and this sweater, which I'm pretty sure has been around since opening day. And there's also a comic book store, which, yes, sells comics, as well as other high-end collectibles and signed art pieces. Back when this land initially opened, they actually released a comic book called Marvel Superhero Island Adventures, which featured exclusive stories related to the land. I would have loved to pick up a copy just for collector's sake, but sadly it's no longer sold. Superhero meet and greets are also a staple, with characters like Spider-Man, Captain America, Wolverine, and even villains like Doctor Doom often roaming the streets. Notably, however, still in their 90s comic book inspired costumes and not their MCU outfits, which for some can come across as looking like a half-baked cosplay you'd see at Comic-Con rather than the studio quality out.
This is not Spider-Man, bro. This is some 40-year-old in a no costume. This is not Spider-Man. You can see his beer gut.
Outfits that you'd probably expect to see. Thematically, Marvel Superhero Island was never meant to feel like a real place. Unlike the immersive lands such as Galaxy's Edge or Diagon Alley, Marvel Superhero Island is a relic of its time, designed to feel like a life-size comic book. Oversized characters, exaggerated perspective, and bright colors are intended to feel like you're stepping into 2D artwork. In 1999, this approach was very unique, but today it can feel dated compared to the hyper-realism of modern theme park lands. While I personally find the land aesthetically charming and having this larger-than-life type of nostalgia to it, I understand the criticism that it can come across as cheap or flat, more like a Six Flags setup than Universal's.
I thought it was really cool when I went through there. I had a lot of fun when I went there. It was really fun. It does stand out from the rest of the land. I will say that. From the rest of Universal, it does stand out. Well, a lot. But I really enjoyed it. I really liked it when I went.
Usual standards. And aside from the Hulk coaster at the entrance, there isn't a whole lot of kinetic energy to the land. The wide, empty streets and flat facades can feel lifeless, especially compared to Universal's later lands that are much more detailed and immersive. Something else I've noticed is that the music in this land is extremely loud. Apparently, early design intent wanted guests to feel like they were surrounded by exaggerated action sound effects. Whether the blaring music gets that idea across, I guess, is mostly subjective. Another dated aspect of the land is that it reflects the Marvel brand before the MCU era. While Marvel films absolutely dominate pop culture today, Marvel Superhero Island is still stuck with the characters and art style of its time. For casual guests who are more familiar with characters like Iron Man or Black Panther from the movies, the land can feel strangely disconnected. For comic book fans, however, I'm sure this land has a ton of retro appeal, being able to see a Marvel-themed land that takes place before the MCU. It's basically a time capsule of stories and characters, all in their original costumes and art style, packed in a land littered with Easter eggs.
Actionable supervillains! We have a Wolverine sighting in the Daily Bugle building!
The contrast of its age becomes especially clear when you compare Marvel Superhero Island to the lands that followed it. The Wizarding World of Harry Potter, starting with Hogsmeade, raised the bar for immersion, with real-world architecture, amazing forced perspective, and dining options that felt like stepping into the films. Diagon Alley took the concept even further, delivering a near-perfect recreation where every aspect of the land is rich with texture and detail. And now, with Epic Universe, Universal raised the stakes yet again. Of course, these are all newly built lands, but even existing lands like Jurassic Park at Islands of Adventure have seen some updates to keep them more up-to-date with guest expectations. By comparison, Marvel Superhero Island feels simple. Large flat murals, basic dining, and a one-dimensional layout. What once seemed bold and experimental now looks dated next to the fully immersive worlds that define modern theme park design. So why not update it? You might think Universal would want to refresh the land to align with Marvel's modern and massively popular MCU films. After all, Spider-Man and the Avengers are bigger than ever. But that's where things can start to get complicated. The previously mentioned 1994 contract gave Universal the rights to build a Marvel-themed area with one very key condition. Once the land opened, the license would continue in perpetuity as long as the area remained open and operated in a first-class manner. That may sound a bit subjective, but it meant Universal essentially secured the rights forever, so long as they kept the land alive and maintained it in a way that would be reasonably expected in a major theme park. The contract also requires Universal to follow Marvel's official style guides and get Marvel's approval for how the characters are used. Back when the land was designed, those guides were based on the comic books, not the movies that didn't exist yet. So if Universal tried to redesign the land to match the MCU, they'd run into new hurdles. Using film version of the characters could require actor likeness rights, movie-specific branding, and Disney's direct approval, which they would obviously never get. So instead, they've chosen the safer option: stick with the classic comic book look that was already approved. That's why updates have focused on keeping the rights polished without changing their core identities from the 90s. In 2012, The Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man was upgraded with new HD projections and sound, a huge upgrade from its PS1 era visuals. In 2016, The Incredible Hulk coaster was entirely rebuilt with a new track, trains, and a revamped queue. The rides stay well maintained, but the land itself is firmly stuck in its original comic-inspired style. They did attempt to stray from their agreement at one point, however. In 2002, Halloween Horror Nights was hosted at Islands of Adventure instead of Universal Studios. Marvel Superhero Island was transformed into a scare zone called Island Under Siege, which depicted a world where Carnage and his villains had killed all of the superheroes. There were destroyed police cars, villains shooting flamethrowers, ripped Spider-Man webs, and Captain America's blood-stained shield nailed to the wall in Doctor Doom's tower. Marvel executives were pissed, kids were horrified, and it won Scare Zone of the Year. Promptly, Universal was barred from ever using Marvel characters in Halloween Horror Nights ever again. The agreement also drew a very important line: the
That's really funny. That's such a Disney move. That's really funny.
Mississippi River, acting as an unambiguous national dividing line that both parties could agree on. East of the Mississippi, which includes Florida, no other theme park can use characters Universal is using in its park. And using is defined broadly, not just the character, but also characters that are within the same family. For example, if Universal uses Spider-Man, then Disney can't use Spider-Man or the heroes or villains tied to him. West of the Mississippi, like in California, other parks can use Marvel characters more freely. This is why Disneyland can have Avengers Campus, but Walt Disney World cannot. The contract also included another restriction: no other park is allowed to use the word Marvel in attraction or land names. That's why in Disneyland, their Marvel-themed land is just called Avengers Campus, omitting Marvel from the name entirely. This is also how Disney World could get away with building Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind at Epcot. Since Universal never included them or their family in their original lineup, Disney was free to build an attraction around them in Florida, which made Cosmic Rewind, which opened in 2022, the first Marvel ride at Walt Disney World. The merchandise side is different though. Retail sales are handled under separate agreements, which is why Disney, as Marvel's owner, can freely sell Marvel-branded products anywhere they want, while Universal is still only able to sell merchandise limited to the specific characters they're licensed to use. Now, what about Disney Cruise Line? Some Disney cruises offer Marvel Day at Sea, which not only includes the name Marvel in it, but guests can meet Spider-Man and other characters from the universe, as well as the Wish class of ships having the Worlds of Marvel restaurant in it. And now, the brand new Disney Destiny, launching out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, even has Spider-Man on the stern of the ship. So why is this legal when Fort Lauderdale and other cruise line ports are east of the Mississippi? The answer is that the contract between Marvel and Universal only applies to theme parks on land in the United States. Cruise ships are regulated differently. They're considered as maritime operations and not theme parks. That means Disney Cruise Line isn't bound by the same restrictions as Walt Disney World. There have also been many rumors over the years that Marvel Superhero Island is living on borrowed time. Every time Disney announces a new Marvel project or Universal files construction permits in the park, talk resurfaces that the land may be rethemed. Now, at first glance, this sounds logical, but as we discussed, the 1994 contract Universal signed doesn't have an expiration date, and there's nothing forcing Universal to give up their rights of character usage in their park. Also, consider the major reinvestments they made updating Spider-Man and the Hulk in recent years, which helped keep the land alive, relevant, and contractually protected. It's not like Universal would invest millions of dollars refurbishing an attraction just to close it a few years later, right? Okay, well, this time is different. Universal has no incentive to remove or retheme Marvel Superhero Island. The land and its IPs are far too valuable to give up. Closing the land would only free their biggest competition to take over the rights to massively popular franchises in Orlando, and that's the last thing Universal wants to see happen. By keeping the land open and in first-class condition, Universal maintains a legal hold on some of Marvel's biggest names in Florida. Which, on my visit to go film this episode, I did notice the land was pretty spotless and well-maintained, outside of maybe a sun-faded piece of art at most. So even if the land feels dated, it keeps Disney locked out. Meanwhile, Universal has already shown what happens when the contract doesn't apply. The Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man and Universal Studios Japan closed in January of 2024. Unlike in Orlando, where Universal holds the rights to Marvel characters in perpetuity, the USJ agreement was for a set 20-year period. Universal and Disney did not reach a new agreement to extend the license for its usage in Japan, resulting in the attraction being forced to close. So, in my opinion, the rumors just don't carry much weight, no matter how many times they're brought up. Marvel Superhero Island is more than just a land frozen in the 90s. It's a living monument to one of the strangest licensing deals in theme park history. What started as a gamble on a bankrupt comic book company turned into a strange stalemate between its rights holder and its legal owner. Every time Disney pours millions into marketing a new Marvel film, the characters inside Islands of Adventure ride that same wave of relevance. For Universal, it's essentially free advertising. Spider-Man, the Hulk, and Captain America stay in the spotlight without Universal basically having to do anything. And for Disney, it's a constant reminder that some of their most valuable heroes are trapped by their biggest competitor, still pretending it's 1999. So while the land may
Those costumes for are so funny.
feel dated compared to the immersive worlds that came after, to me, that's kind of what makes it fascinating. A place where Marvel will always be a comic book
The V-Shoujo implosion happened while I was out. No, it didn't. I was only out for 10 days. It happened way before that. V-Shoujo blew up, like, in June. June or July. Yeah, July. I was only out for like 10 days in September.
company first, and where
There
the
got nowhere.
MCU never existed.
It was
The
very
Marvel
crazy.
Superhero Island is forever frozen in time.
That's a good video. That's a good video. Very, very interesting. Wasn't as good as, like, Defunctland, but it was very good. Six Flags is closing your round. Hold on. You're lying to me. Oh no, okay. So they're closing Six Flags America and Hurricane Harbor. So not the ones I used to go to, so we're done. You scared me. You scared me. I thought my hometown Six Flags was leaving. Yeah. You scared me. Yeah, they're just closing down 2 parks, and it's just because they're renovating them. It's not the parks I used to go to, so we're good. We're good, we're good. What are we watching next? Kid scare. I'm getting hungry. I'm gonna have to get those tacos here in a little bit. Shut up. Don't talk to me. Okay. Wait, TGI Fridays is when bankrupt? When? What? Peanut Airlines went bankrupt? That's so funny. Party City went bankrupt. Red Box? Red Lobsters? Oh no. Has America truly died? Red Lobster? Yeah. Flippy Tuesdays? This one seems interesting.
Across this barren and gray landscape sits a colorful and bright import of the tropics. This incredible casino and hotel closed in 2002, and for more than 20 years has sat untouched and completely abandoned. Join me today as I
Oh yeah, shout out to Bryson Films. Shout out to this guy right here.
discover what's inside the unbelievable ruins of a hotel which was only open for 3 years, the horrifying natural decay deep within the building,
Desert.
and the vast entertainment facilities now long forgotten. I'll take you through the rarely known history and uncover how this nearly brand new $100 million casino hotel failed so quickly. We're starting off here in the hotel lobby. The complex is essentially divided into 3 distinct areas: the hotel tower, the restaurant, and the entertainment. With very bold colors,
Oh, yikes, that one's scary to look at. The old PCs, I always like looking at, like, abandoned empty buildings. It does make me wonder, like, what would happen if someone were to buy this land and try and fix up these
the building's
buildings?
last owner had decorated it in a distinctive Caribbean theme. Something I immediately noticed was the very slow decay of the drywall. You can see that over the last 20 years, the humidity and stagnant air has resulted in mold growing on almost every surface of drywall. It's an interesting
Bleh,
look
bleh,
at
bleh,
how
bleh.
decay can very slowly creep through over a long period of time, even if there isn't catastrophic water damage. And this will continue on as we ascend upwards into the tower.
So it does look like he's wearing a mask. I was gonna say, is that safe to breathe in? Just the mold from the drywall, is that safe?
The Caribbean theme is prevalent here too, down these rather unsettling and nearly pitch black hallways. Now, all the rooms on every floor were empty. Just the outline of the bed frames, the wall theming, and the curtains remain. Some of these hotel rooms were probably only slept in for maybe 100 nights or so. This tower, after all, was only in use for around 22 months. The higher we got, the more water damage there was. This included the penthouse suite, with mold spores dominating the otherwise pristine surroundings.
Bleh, 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 gross, gross, gross. So what is stopping for someone from just squatting in this building, cleaning it up, and saying, hey, it's mine now?
This property has an established history well before this tower was even built. In 1990, the state legalized riverboat gambling. This area then saw a flurry of casino companies move in, constructing permanent barges with the casino built on top of them. While they were technically floating, thus adhering to the state's law, most of them were just built in small man-made ponds. This one was the first, as it opened in 1993 as Harrah's Casino. But they soon outgrew this location and opted for greater expansion in the area and shuttered their casino in 1997, waiting to find a buyer. They found one 2 years later when they sold the property to a Caribbean-themed casino company in 1999, when they reopened it under a new name. They immediately drafted up plans to expand the property in the year 2000, with the addition of a 227-room hotel tower and an entertainment complex with 2 theaters. This expansion came at the cost of $44 million, on top of the $24 million it had already cost them to renovate.
Man, everything has mildew on it here. Jeez. Oh God, this is scary. My God. This is a moldy nightmare in here.
Blah, 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 gross, gross, blah, blah.
This is one of the moldiest places I've ever seen. Down the scary tunnel of doom. Watch your step. This is all just mush.
Give me 1 second, hold on.
can't believe how bad this is. The moisture in here is insane.
See you, Gabriel.
Oh my god. Holy crap. You know what this was? This was a buffet, I bet. This was a tropical themed buffet. I have never seen anything like this before. Yeah, because in the middle here, this is where the food was served, probably. And then they had like tropical themed umbrellas. You can see that one's still in place. I don't think I've ever seen a modern building with a room this bad. Can you imagine people were eating dinner in here? Look at that. Desserts. God, get us
This was.
the hell out of here. These are the bathrooms. Look how decayed that door is. This must have been the other side of the buffet.
That door doesn't look. Well, obviously looks decayed, but it looks like a lot of the damage came from somebody kicking it in. Like, it's like bent. It's like bent.
Decayed that door is. This must have been the other side of the buffet. Oh my god.
Well, that's enough, eh, there. What is all that?
This is- I don't have words other than disgusting. Look at how the paneling is just starting to come off.
That looks like a kitchen. Yep.
Despite their recent and very expensive expansion to the
Yeah,
property,
blah,
the casino
blah,
was
blah.
struggling. Fierce competition in the area harmed their bottom line, and the property became known as the casino with the worst payouts, and one that catered to old people and bus tourists. By early 2002, the resort failed to turn a profit since opening, and with their parent casino brand as a whole struggling, they decided to cut their losses and sell the property. They had already invested well over $77 million in total, and within 3 years, the whole operation was shut down for good. After all that money was spent, they let the property go for just $7.5 million, selling it to the neighboring casino, who temporarily utilized the hotel rooms in the tower. Other than that, the structure was left abandoned and without a future. Fast forward to now, and the years of no intervention have done permanent damage here. The restaurants we just walked through look like they've been in a jungle for 40 years or raised from an underwater shipwreck. Well, actually, it's not far from it, as in 2011, this whole area experienced a massive flood, severely damaging many of the casinos in the vicinity. This property was one of them, and it appears that this section of the casino was the lowest in elevation, therefore the most susceptible to the floodwater. While we can't be absolutely sure, we did find this room which may show evidence of a flood water line.
Zadiro, thank you for the raid. Thank you, thank you. Oh. The command doesn't work. Hold on. There, that's why. What? Let me try this. Oh, still, oh. No, still doesn't work. Okay. There we go. Thank you for the raid, Zadro. Thank you, I appreciate it. Hello, everybody, and we're watching some little videos today. This is my first stream back, because I was gone for like 10 days, because I went out of town for Labor Day. And this is my first time I've never watching solo videos.
All of these rooms were absolutely soaking wet, and despite the roof appearing to be in rather decent condition,
I don't think you'll be a good stream and learning a lot. I appreciate it. What was your stream like? How was your stream? Was it good? What'd you do?
the decay in here was truly the worst I have ever seen for a modern structure. But strangely, this only applied to the direct center of this building. Bizarrely, just a door away was the surrounding hallways, which were in vastly different and much better shape. It's astonishing what two different worlds they are.
Did some easy on your silk song. I gotta go, but happy guys take care. Okay. Well, thank you for the raid, Zadro. I hope your stream was good and I appreciate you stopping by. Thank you for stopping by. Take care, take care.
This garbage bag lined wall is the only exception to the clean looking hallways. That's because this was the interior entrance to the casino itself. Like many others in the area, it was on a floating barge. It was also left abandoned for some time, until around 2008, when a special channel was dug and the casino barge was completely demolished. Today, that explains why there's a large fountain and a pathway to nowhere. The man-made pond is completely overgrown with trees and seems to be drained.
This is so cool to look at, by the way. I love like abandoned buildings. It's so cool.
This grand entrance was supposed to be the main attraction here, leading guests into a pair of two massive theaters.
Peter!
Oh my god.
Holy moly, that's a massive
The
theater.
largest of the two is the Flamingo Bay Theater, which can seat 1,280 people and was supposed to be the flagship venue for entertainment in the area. In reality, though, the performances were scheduled at weird times of the day, the quality of the performances had declined over a very short period of time, and the attendance was abysmal. Some reports claimed that just a few dozen people would show up on certain days. Clearly, their investment here did not pay off. I think it's worth noting that I strongly encourage you not to visit this location. Police use it as a training facility, security is on site, and the level of mold in here is legitimately dangerous. Security is on site to visit this location. Police use it as a training facility, security is on site, and the
That's cool. The guy just found a hand grenade. I had to flashbang,
use it
but
as a training facility.
that's cool.
Security is on site, and the level of mold in here is legitimately dangerous. If you do, though, exercise extreme caution, and please do not vandalize, steal, or destroy anything in here. After seeing all of this, you can't help but ask how some company hasn't put all of this to use yet. Well, in 2009, a newly formed corporation purchased the property and announced plans the following year to redevelop it into a wilderness-themed hotel and casino, all at the cost of close to $100 million. Architectural drafts were drawn up and the concept seemed to have a good chance of moving forward. Their plan was to expand the structure from the service hallway out to create a brand new gambling floor. However, this was all 1 year before the flood. The resulting damage, both economically and to the building itself, had put an end to this concept's viability. Those same developers continued to hold and still own the property to this very day, still paying their yearly property taxes, some $19,000 a year. Until the local government pushes for development or the company decides to finally put their land to use, this property will just continue to rot away. In late 2021, a massive section of the southern-facing wall of the tower had just collapsed following a windstorm. All of this is just a level of decay you don't typically see. It's a truly unbelievable situation, with a structure basically brand new and barely used, only for it to sit undisturbed for more than 2 decades. With the local community now in shambles and not a ton of new development on the horizon, it's really difficult to try and imagine a business case that will ever bring this building back. Thanks for joining me on this extremely rare look into an abandoned place like no other. My name is Jake, and thank you very much for watching.
That was cool. Yeah, I really liked it. I guess I like abandoned buildings and stuff like that. They're really cool inside. So, this was about 212. Hold on, I need to check something real quick. I use this timestamp here, and I don't know what timestamp is for. I'm so baffled by what this timestamp is for. So it's not this video. Is it this one? Uh, I'm so baffled. Let's not this one. I wanted to think would be this one. I don't understand what this time stands for. I have like a notepad that I use to mark timestamps for streams, for stuff that I need to edit out and stuff like that. I have a timestamp on a specific day for a stream that I don't know what it was for. So I'm like so confused and baffled right now. Did I edit this out already? I just forget to delete the timestamp? That's the only thing I could think of. What if I just forgot to delete the timestamp? Because it's also during the day and I never stream during the day. Like this is at 1 p.m. my time. And LB streams occur at like 3 a.m. So I'm so confused. What? Yeah, oh, I know this. I know what this is for. In my... Never mind. It's not for a video. Sorry. That's for a movie I was watching. Whoopsie! Okay, hold on. Let me edit that. I was so confused and like, I never stream during the day. What is this for? I don't need the... Oh, it's for a video. It's not for a video. It's for a movie I was watching. Tizzy! Alright, we'll watch one more, and then I had to go eat and got hungry.
And when you're here, you won't be far from Walt Disney World, Epcot Center, SeaWorld, Universal Studios. Come to Florida and stay in the center of it all.
What are you laughing about? What are you laughing? Why is she laughing at me? Chat, why is she laughing at me? Chat, she's laughing at me. Why is she laughing at me?
Decaying beneath the hot Florida sun, this mega resort was once the largest hotel in Central Florida, bigger than any resort even within Disney. But this isn't just any abandoned hotel. This is something special. In this video, I'm going to show you what's inside. exploring the ruins of this massive property, everywhere from the expansive back-of-house areas to the surreal lobby and the vast convention spaces.
Could you, like, maybe lower
We're
the
also
music
gonna
a little
find
bit?
out
It's
what
kind of
happened
loud.
and what could have been. So, let's begin where it all started.
Does he mention the music at some point? Because that intro is really loud.
The Disney Company opened the Walt Disney World Resort in October of 1971. Cars lined up for miles as the theme park was already a massive hit. So much so that their 2 hotels plus campground were constantly at capacity. The Car-Lando Corporation out of Rocky Mount, North Carolina saw opportunity here. They purchased 248 acres of land in 1969 for just $1.6 million. In 1971, they announced the Car-Lando Center, multi-hotel, condo, and entertainment facility just 1,000 feet away from the Vacation Kingdom. It would contain over 2,600 hotel rooms and include a motor inn, a 22-story hotel tower, and a commercial plaza. The crown jewel of this development would be the 650-foot observation tower, touted as the tallest structure in Florida. Phase 1 of the project would begin first in 1972 with the 960-room Car-Lando Motor Inn. To support all of these rooms, a large back-of-house facility was constructed, and we're going to begin there. With overturned golf carts. Stripped for parts, it looks like, too.
Who strips a golf cart for parts? Are we joking? Hi, Pepon! Hi, Pepon! Hey, also, who strips a golf cart for parts? Who does that?
Look at this. This is all, this is like the parking area for all the service vehicles of the resort.
There was no lock on that gate. How's that gate supposed to lock? Also, leaves everywhere. Everywhere. Only leaves. Only leaves. Only leaves.
Paint peeling off of this shower unit. Outdoor shower unit. This
Love me more than tank dealing off, but okay.
is the courtyard of one of the 4 hotel room clusters that made up the 960 hotel rooms. Each one would contain 240 rooms and feature a garden and a pool. Clearly, though, these buildings display 1970s architecture, and we'll take a look inside them later on. At the price of $100 million, the complex was poised to be the largest hotel in Florida when it was all said and done. After the completion of Phase 1 in January 1973, that being the Motor Inn. The rest would soon follow in the coming years. In satellite photos from this time, you can actually see the rest of the site being prepared for construction. This, however, would never happen. Car-Lando wouldn't even last a full year. The company failed to pay interest loans worth around $2.2 million and lost around the same amount by the end of their first year. Those future plans were suddenly scrapped, and the property defaulted to their mortgage lender, who put it up for sale. The hotel was sold to the Hyatt Corporation, who renamed the property to the Orlando Hyatt House. They spent money on new landscaping and began construction on the largest convention center in Central Florida. Hyatt would continue to operate the property as an upscale hotel resort for many successful decades thereafter. We have the deli and pizza area and the souvenirs and marketplace, with the faint noise of a Kissimmee tourist helicopter above. Oh wow, this whole thing is completely intact still. Well, to some degree at least. I mean, the shelves are still here, the pizza boxes are still here, the menu, ceiling fans, and there's just buckets around it trying to catch it, but obviously without intensive care and stuff like this. Why didn't they just move this entire thing?
Water leaking, yeah.
Just water collecting.
Gross.
Cool machines.
Bleh.
All smashed up. Look at this trellis. Oh wow, look at that collapsing over there. Wow, the water damage in here is significantly worse than I thought. All of this roof damage is likely not even vandals. It's probably all just water leaking in and completely taking down these ceiling tiles. The lobby stands at the center of it all. Guests would of course check in here, but also socialize, party, and dine. Back in the 70s, it looked quite a bit different and was a revolutionary design for the era, combining all of those amenities plus a retail.
This is crazy, and so is this right here, Rob. Oh, man, people are weird.
Angle as well. Now, it's a familiar Florida theme park hotel space, locked in its last year of operation. As a small disclaimer, I understand that finding the location of this hotel won't be difficult. However, I would like to warn you that there is security on site, and I strongly encourage you not to visit this property. But if you do, please don't destroy, vandalize, or steal anything from it, and help preserve this astonishing time capsule of history. It's extremely quiet in here, in fact. It's like all that covers the carpet here is just ceiling tile that fell from the ceiling. Oh my god. The ceiling is, or the carpet is completely green from the water above. Moss growing on it. And a little cafe.
Ew, gross.
Very classic Florida. Everything's dead except for the fake ones. The buffet is not being served tonight, but still have the trays where you'd put the food, all with a trellis at the very entrance to.
People are so weird. They're so weird. This is why I'm anti-social, because people are weird.
This buffet, which is not lined up with the staircase for the buffet section, which is annoying me. Booth right here. It's like a bar right here. And then, oh wow, it's a fountain. It's a main lobby fountain. So then this was all the the dining area. And then this I suppose would have been the main lobby, yeah. Benches around the palm trees. Check in right over there. Down that way, and yeah, here's the bar. These palm trees.
I mean, it's a beautiful hotel. Excuse me. I mean, it's a beautiful hotel. Like, it's very pretty on the inside. And it wasn't just, like, lost to time.
Look to be alive. I think, these are just growing across the floor. I don't know from where, though. Wow.
People are so weird. They're so weird. People are so weird. Decepticon, Megatron, it's the ice cream.
Planet Hollywood.
He is very brave. Very brave for touching that. Very brave for touching that. I would never.
Oh my God. It's like standing in Kissimmee. Yeah, I guess services area right here. With all of the theme park. All the theme park stuff. Wet and Wild right here, which has been closed for years. Orlando Sun Souvenirs. Oh my God, it's like everything is still in there. Or at least the shelving, I should say. Just...
I thought if these fridges still work. If they still work, you can reuse those. They probably don't. Like, they're probably dead because of the water damage and stuff like that, but if they do still work, they can be reused.
Blaze. Oh yeah, I just heard a raindrop underneath the ceiling, which is extremely moldy. Authentic pin collection. Look at how moldy this chair is.
Yeah, grass.
I can't be in here for very long, but...
Would you drop the diabolical cart? Would you? The most diabolical hit, would you drop it?
Wow. Holy smokes. Wow, these look extremely old. This is a huge... This is a huge blueprint right here. See all the buildings we're in this structure right here. Central building lobby area. In 1977, the hotel was once again sold and later rebranded to simply just the Hyatt Orlando. They continued operating as a favorite resort close to the entrance of Disney for over 30 years. That was until the tourism crash following September 11th, 2001. Hyatt was no exception and likely saw over 50% of their regular occupancy disappear. Disney themselves were struggling and pricing hotel rooms at rock bottom rates as low as $77 a night, which for Hyatt was very hard to compete with. Just a few months later, in May of 2002, it was revealed that they had stopped making payments on their $22 million in debt. In September 2003, bankruptcy was inevitable, and the resort was abruptly closed with just 1 day of notice. A chain link fence was erected around the perimeter, and the future of the property was now hanging in the balance. This is pitch black in here. Look at all the ovens. Huge mixer right there.
Holy moly, the
There's some pictures of how
rust.
their food is supposed to be prepared. Oh, look at this peanuts stand. Oh, wait, there's still more kitchen in here. Oh, it's a popcorn machine. Oh, wow. Well, there's obviously still syrup in there for Coke.
Ew.
Leaking through that box. There
Wow.
must have been like soda that exploded on this or something. It just ate through the metal. Wow. What? Who was throwing these through a window?
That's really funny.
What? This literally looks like a hospital, not a hotel corridor. Holy smokes.
The broken plates.
Thousands of plates in here.
Yeah. I actually think there was like an earthquake or some kind of tornado that went through here. Maybe just high winds.
Yep. This is the convention center. After an auction in 2004, a company purchased the resort with plans to return it back to its original state. They also considered other ideas, like tearing down everything and building a large tower on the site called the Landmark Sun Resort and Spa. They decided to put this on hold and instead opened the asset as it stood in the meantime, spending $5 million in renovations and opening it under their own flag in 2007. They called it the Orlando Sun Resort by Lexington.
People are so weird, Beans. People are so weird. I'm gonna go to this abandoned building and spray paint my political leanings on the wall. And spray paint hate signs on the wall. Why? Why? What's the reason? Why? No one's gonna see it. Nobody has notes.
Wow. This is an enormous room. Oh wow, there's a huge dragonfly. I can't believe none of these windows are broken.
Well, I can't believe the windows are broken either. All the broken plates on the garage, those windows aren't working? That's insane.
Nice. Oh. Oh my god. Holy.
The door behind them just like slams shut. They're trapped in this room for 1,000 millennia.
Oh, wow. Really? Oh. Oh my god. Look at these chandeliers. Still incredibly intact. Actually, this whole room is pretty dry and pretty well kept. Reviews from guests staying in the
Well, what happened if you pull this fireway on my hair?
now open resort were not coming back pleasant. Customers complained of mold and mildew everywhere, poor customer service, and outdated decor. While it's rather difficult to get a high level of accuracy with this, somewhere between 2009 and 2011, the resort was being flagged by the Ramada brand. Still, this didn't help with the bad reviews. Clearly, things were being run on the cheap, with many employees living on the sites and clusters of the hotel rooms being shut down for elongated periods of time. This amounted to higher maintenance costs, and management would often not pay some employees for months. That resulted in a lawsuit in 2011. After switching back
Yeah, I was gonna say that's very illegal. You can't
to
do
its
that.
final name in 2012, occupancy was low, and with steadily rising maintenance costs, the resort was closed for good.
I mean, it looks like a pretty resort. Like, it looks beautiful.
For this one, you can see the whole lobby from here. Well, sort of.
Well, that's cool.
You can see how that's collapsing in. Oh yeah. Plastic letters. Actually, I have an idea. There we go. That works. Wow.
That's funny.
That's a great photo. Oh yeah, look at the pool. Huh. Hyatt Orlando, near Walt Disney World Resort. Look at this. This is from 1986. Meet our new general manager. 1985, Hyatt Orlando. Oh, there's that ice cream place we saw earlier in the lobby. Here's a map. Fact sheets, convention center stuff.
He is very
Oh,
brave
wow,
for
look at
touching
that.
all this stuff. Very brave for touching all
Oh,
that.
that looked pretty nice in the day. Certainly not anymore.
Wow. Wow. Hey, gee, I
In
like it.
2014, the site was put up for sale
As far as there's still water in
at
this.
$75 million. It didn't sell, and was relisted again in 2018. The most recent news came in 2021, when a New York company was reportedly in negotiations to buy the property for $35 million. Their intentions were to keep the existing structures and reformat them into condos.
Oh yeah. These are a bit trashed. Wow, these are in pretty good condition.
I was gonna say, the rooms are in like pristine condition.
Yeah, looks like all the rooms are about the same here.
Unless you know the history, this seemingly innocuous resort could just be any other off-site Disney hotel. But this was certainly much more than that. Not only was it the largest hotel in Central Florida, and one of the first to open based off the coming success of Walt Disney World. But it was intended to be a destination itself. If fully built out, it would have been the tallest structure in the area for decades. But even with what was built, it's absolutely massive. So it's rare for a lodging property this big to fail like this. But it's a slow-motion series of events spanning decades that ultimately lead to something like this happening. But it's also easy to forget the human aspect of this resort. It was a place to stay for millions of families on their way to Disney, likely having very fond memories of it. To them, it will always be on their way to Disney.
I wonder how many of the rides listed on this brochure are not open anymore. See if I can spot any. Yeah, no,
likely
I can't
having
tell.
very fond memories of it. To them, it will always be the Carorlando Motor Inn, or the Orlando Hyatt House, the Hyatt Orlando, or even the Orlando Sun. I've of course stayed in many hotels around the Disney property, so being here and knowing what once was is a surreal, eerie feeling. That's especially true as darkness consumed my surroundings. It's a feeling I'll never forget. Thanks for watching.
Good video, good video. That's a good video. I'm not gonna pretend. That was cool. That was cool. Okay. I'm gonna turn the music back on. I think I'm gonna eat here and then get something hungry. I should be back tomorrow. I should be. What should happen? It should happen. The whole thing happens. It's not stupid. If I'm not stupid, I should be back tomorrow. And then I do have to watch Sunday. I might be a Sunday night. I'm hoping that happens. But I hope y'all enjoyed, and I hope y'all had fun. I'm gonna go ahead and end here and stuff like that, but I hope y'all had fun. Get a little chill stream back and stuff. But yeah. It was fun. It was nice talking to everybody. It was nice seeing everybody. But I'm gonna go ahead and head out. I hope y'all had fun, and I will see you all very, very soon.